Hello again, Internet. It's raining outside, like really, really hard. I heard a clap of thunder about an hour and a half ago and haven't seen my dog since. I wonder if he's found some way to burrow underneath the carpet in abject terror. Rules are important. Games have rules, jobs have rules, governments have rules. I actually like rules. The better and more objective the rules are, the smoother something's going to run. When you were a kid, there was probably a rule in your house along the lines of don't play with electrical outlets. That's a good rule. I bet if you ever broke that rule, you only broke it once. Or in Scrabble, there's a rule that says you're not allowed to go thumbing through the dictionary looking for words to make with the letters you have. That's a good rule. If you don't play by that rule, someone's going to hold up the game forever looking up the precise spelling of the word mirepoix. Mirepoix, a sautéed mixture of diced vegetables. It's worth 198 points if you can land the triple to triple. I'm a fan of rule sets in the way a normal person might be a fan of music. There are good rule sets and bad rule sets, and I can usually tell the difference between the two. Whether or not I like a game is typically a function of how well the rules work. Other things have rules too. TV shows have rules, movies have rules, cartoons have rules. My favorite set of rules are the ones governing what was and wasn't allowed to happen in the Roadrunner and Coyote cartoons. Rule number 1. Roadrunner cannot harm the coyote except by going beep beep. Rule number 2. No outside force can harm the coyote. Only his own ineptitude or the failure of Acme products. Come to think of it, it'd be more efficient if they just combined those two rules and only had one rule saying what could harm the coyote. Rule number 3. The coyote could stop at any time if he was not a fanatic. Rule number 4. No dialogue ever except beep beep and yowling in pain. Rule number 5. Roadrunner must stay on the road at all times for no reason other than he is the Roadrunner. That might actually be my single favorite rule of all time. Rule number 6, all action must be confined to the natural environment of the American southwestern desert. Rule number 7, all tools, weapons, and mechanical conveniences must be obtained from the Acme Corporation. Rule number 8, whenever possible, make gravity the coyote's number one enemy. Rule number 9, the coyote is always more humiliated than harmed by his failures. I'm pretty sure they broke that one from time to time. And finally, rule number 10, the audience's sympathy must remain with the coyote. Rule 10, of course, is entirely subjective. It is not really the kind of thing you can establish with a rule set, but I bet it kept at least one animator on task when it came to the coyote's facial expressions and such. These are just silly cartoons, of course, but similar rule sets govern almost every other work of fiction. When a book or movie violates its own rule set, that's where plot holes come from. And we're all familiar with people who could quit watching anytime if they weren't fanatics who nerd rage out over plot holes. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next week. If I'm still here.